Hey guys, welcome back. So today is October 19th, right? Yeah, it's Tuesday. The NBA season starts today. So you know what that means, right? I'm gonna give you guys my NBA season predictions. Well, at least my standings on this video. You know, on who's gonna, finish in what order and whatnot. So let's start off with the East. All right, and we're gonna work from the 15 all the way to the top. All right. So at number 15, I got the Orlando Magic. They're just a young team, a young core. Isaac, I think Jonathan Isaac was his name. Is hurt, or was hurt, or is coming back from injury, and they're just not going to be that good. So at 15, I have the Magic. At 14, I have the Cavs. Okay, now I know some of these you can probably switch. You know what I mean? Cavs, they might be a little too low, but I mean, with Colin Sexton and Darius Garland, I guess they can bump them up from the 14th seed, but I'm putting them as number 14. Then I got at number 13, I got the Pistons, which I think you can switch the Cavs and the Pistons. You know, you can have the Pistons at 14 and the Cavs at 13, but I just wrote down, that's how I did it. So I have the Pistons at 13. I think they have, they're also rebuilding. They're in a rebuild mode. At 12, I have the Wizards. I think, they got deeper for sure. Adding pretty much the whole Lakers roster with, Kentavious, Caldwell Pope, Kyle Kuzma, Harrell. But I still think they're not going to be that good. I don't think they're going to be able to be in the play-in. And so I got them at number 12. I got at 11, I have the Pacers. I know that's probably like a shocker, you know what I mean? Because they're not a bad team. I just, I have some other teams just ahead of them. And it's very hard to rank, you know what I mean? Because anything can happen throughout the season, Now looking back, I have the Hornets at number 9 and the Raptors at 10. I think I would probably switch the Pacers and the Hornets. I'd probably have the Pacers at 9. But, LaMelo Ball, Gordon Hayward, Terry Rozier, I think they'll be a decent team. Not make the playoffs officially, but they'll be in the 9th seed in the play-in. And then at the 10, I had the Raptors. They'll be back in Toronto. Fred VanVleet, Pascal. Hopefully he has a bounce back season. I don't see them getting much better as from last year. But so I have the Raptors at 10, the Hornets at 9, and then at 8 I have the Hawks. Last year I believe they got the 5th seed. And I don't think they're gonna have that much success this year. A lot of teams last year were hurt, were dealing with injury and COVID and all that. So I think they're gonna step a few steps down. So I have them at 8, and then I have at 7 the Knicks. I just don't believe in the Knicks. I really don't. They don't have that one superstar that can carry them through multiple games. I think, like I said, last year a lot of teams were hurt, dealing with injury. You had the Heat, you had the Celtics, obviously the Nets missing their players. Excuse me. So I have the Heat, not the Heat, the Knicks at number 7. Number 6, I have the Heat. And, looking back, thinking about this now, I think I have them a little too low, alright? They're at number 6. But it's just so tough to rank them. Like I said, it's so tight. The East is so tight. Every seeding could be like within a game or two, right? So I have the Heat at 6. I think last year what really hurt them was the injuries. They were, they had just played in the finals, and you can also see that with the Lakers. Obviously, they dropped down seeding, and whoever made a deep playoff run on 2019 Wow, that's crazy, right? 2019-2020 season. Whoever made a deep playoff run, they ended up getting hurt that following year because, you know, it was such a short turnaround. So I think they'll bounce back, but I have them ranked as 6th. I have the Sixers as 5th, and I have the Bulls as 4th. Now I know a lot of you guys are gonna say, man, you have the Bulls super high. I really do, I guess. You know, you can easily switch the Bulls and the Heat. You can have the Heat as number 4 and the Bulls as number 6. That's more realistic. I'm just, you know, I'm giving you guys a hot take. You know, I'll put the Bulls at number 4 and the Sixers at 5th. The reason I have the Sixers at 5th is because all this uncertainty with, you know, Ben Simmons, if he's gonna play or if he's gonna get traded, I think that's gonna cause a lot of turmoil between the team and not perform as well. So I have the Sixers as 5th, the Bulls as 4, but realistically, I should probably have the Bulls at 6 and the Heat at 4. A lot of these, like I said, they're gonna be between a game or two. All right, but the Bulls are definitely gonna be in the playoffs. They have Lonzo Ball. They brought in Lonzo Ball, DeMar DeRozan, Alex Caruso. They already had Zach LaVine, Vucevic. They had what's their rookie that you drafted last year? The Claw, I think. Not the Claw or the Paw or something. I forgot his name. Patrick Williams, I think that's his name. And yeah, so I have them as 4th. I have as number 3. I have the Celtics. You know, I guess I'm a little bit biased because I'm a Celtics fan, but I'm also gonna be realistic. Maybe they probably, yeah, I can see them being at number 3 though. You know, the Celtics, they lost Jaylen Brown towards the end of the year. Before that, he was playing phenomenal. Before they got hurt, they were up there in the seeding early in the season. So I think it's realistic for the Celtics to be at number 3. Number 1 and 2 is interchangeable, honestly. It all depends how the Bucks view the season. They don't care about seeding, honestly. As long as they make the playoffs healthy, I think that's all they want. But let alone, you know, they're the reigning defending champs, so I'm gonna give them the credit. I have them as number 1, and I have the Nets as number 2. But honestly, easily the Nets can be number 1, especially if Kyrie comes back. Even without Kyrie, honestly, just KD and Harden alone in the East. Oh yeah, oh, they can easily get number 1. But like I said, I'm gonna give the Bucks their you know, their due, and they're the reigning defending champions, obviously. Giannis, I think he's gonna be better this year from the looks of it of the preseason. He's shooting the ball well, and if he gets a consistent jumper, oh man, it's over, man. It's over for the league. But yeah, that's my East. As the number 1, I have the Bucks, right? Now for my Western Conference final, and like I said, all of these are so hard, right? And some of them could be interchangeable, you know? But in my West, as my 15th seed, I have the Rockets. They're in rebuild mode. I don't see them doing anything, all right? Just developing their young guys. Same thing with OKC. I have them as 15. 13. 12 and 13, I have Sacramento as 12 and Pelicans as 13. You know, I think the Pelicans got worse losing Lonzo Ball. I mean, it's not a very huge factor, but also Zion is going to be missing, I think, a couple of weeks because of a foot injury. So I have the Pelicans either 12 or 13, and the Sacramento Kings, obviously interchangeable, you know. I probably should have the Sacramento higher just because of De'Aaron Fox and Buddy Hield. But I just, you know, they would have done something. They would have done something last year, right? So, and then I have the Spurs at number 11. They're in rebuild mode. They're young guys. It's time to play their young guys and see how they do. You know, they got rid of DeMar DeRozan, so they're not going to be better. All right. And I have Minnesota as number 10. They just got to get better. They have Karl-Anthony Towns, D'Angelo Russell, Anthony Edwards, and I forget who they drafted this year for their rookie. But they should get better. So I have them as number 10. Number 9, I have Grizzlies. They have Ja Morant. You know, they traded Steven Adams, right? So they got Steven Adams. They traded for him, and they traded Jonas Valanciunas. And the Pelicans have him, actually. So, yeah, I think I had the Pelicans at number 9. They're right there. They're just not over the hump yet. You know what I mean? They need another superstar to really push them up, get them out of the bottom 8 playoff team. And number 8, I got the Portland Trailblazers. You know, Damian Lillard. Woo! They're not that better from last year. And I forget what seed they got last year, but I remember the year before they got the number 8 seed, I believe. I just got him at number 8. You know, Damian Lillard's gonna ball out. Maybe he might request a trade, maybe not. I don't know. But it's just Dame, CJ. You got who else you had? You had Collins. I don't know. But point is, I have Portland number 8. 7th, I have the Clippers. Kawhi's gonna be out most of the year, if not all of the year. So it'll just be Paul George and a decent supporting cast. But I have him as number 7. The Clippers. 6, I have the Denver at number 6 because Jamal Murray is going to be missing some time. And 6 and 5 are interchangeable as well. I have the Warriors at number 5. But and it's interchangeable because Klay Thompson's not going to be back right away either. So he'll be back, I say, around Christmas, I think. So 5 and 6, Denver and Warriors. They're interchangeable. But I wrote down 5 for the Warriors, 5th seed. The Denver Nuggets, I have them at 6. So we'll see how that goes, you know, with the injury. But they should be good. They'll be fine, you know. Once Jamal Murray comes back, Denver should be a threat in the West for sure. They have Michael Porter Jr. He can play for sure. And then at 4, I have the Mavericks. You know, every year, or not every year, but last year, people were saying, "Oh, Luka's gonna be the MVP," and I was like, "Why is Luka gonna be the MVP? To be the MVP, you got to bring your team up to like the top seed in the West." And I didn't see the Mavs being the number 1, just Luka, and they have Kristaps Porzingis, but he hasn't really been he's always been injury prone, and he hasn't played up to his potential as he was with the Knicks. So I have the Mavs as 4. For my 3rd seed, I have the Jazz. You know, a lot of people I think are down on the Jazz just because, you know, they're a good regular season team, and in the playoffs they fall short. So they'll still be a solid team for sure. You know, they got the number 1 seed in the NBA last year, so they got to be up there again, right? They're not gonna drop down. So I have them at number 3. 1 and 2. As you can figure out, it's either Lakers or Suns. I have the Lakers as number 2 seed, just because the Lakers are not going to get off to a good start. You know, they have a big 3 with Russ being in the mix with AD and LeBron. And they got to figure it out, all right? And just like LeBron, back with the Heat, I think they started 8 and 9. You know, with the Cavs, they didn't get to a good start with Kevin Love and Kyrie, and it'll be the same thing. You know, but they're gonna be a solid team. They'll figure it out, and they'll end up getting the 2nd seed. In the 1st seed, I gotta give it to the Suns. You know, they represented the West last year, and they're just gonna hopefully build on the run that they did last year. And they made it to the NBA Finals. Obviously, they didn't win it, but they have 1 year under their belt this year. They have, you know, all the continuity together. They know how to play with one another. So I think they're gonna play great, you know. And all of this is obviously barring any major injury to any team, right? But this is how I see it. I have the Suns as number 1. And yeah, those are my 2021-22 NBA season standings prediction. We'll see how it goes. I'll be posting another video about, you know, the individual awards, maybe how the playoffs go, who's gonna be the champion, and yeah, I hope you guys liked it. Give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.